Hi, good afternoon, art friends. Me, Teacher Jen. Welcome to today's art class. So, our subject for the week will be three white teacups. I've already made an illustration. So, we're going to show you the layer one by one. So, this is our subject. The first construction drawing that you need to do is a box or a square, and then create another square for the handle. And then, after that one, you need to repeat the process by doing another one, which I made in color blue, and then the third one will be color yellow. So that will be the basic construction to create the three white teacups. And then the things you need to remember is this one. Gonna deselect first the other stuff. So first thing you need to remember is the angle of the three white teacups or our subject. And then once you're done with the construction, you need to pay attention on the bend parts per teacup, because the two teacups on top will sit on one another to the base plate teacup or the one that's on the ground. So pay attention to this kind of bend, and then make sure it's not one singular image, because we want it to look like three pieces on top of one another rather than just one single image. So if you don't have this, it would look like a single image instead of a tree. For the handle of the teacup, try to imagine a number 9 shape, so you could easily create it. And then make sure that the handle near the main teacup, which connects it to each other or holds it together, will be a little bit wider. Then once you're doing the drawing, create the same or use the same principle on this area. Remember the bend parts, and then make sure that the the lower end part of the handle of the teacup is sitting right on the next teacup. So this uh, third teacup will sit right on the second, and the second will sit right on the first. Make sure that this one doesn't have too much space. If you create too much of this one, it will look like it's floating and not sitting on top of one another. So make sure that you maintain those angles. And then after the construction, you could now work on the shade. You could leave this black part unshaded if you want. Just make sure that you don't forget the shadow areas. Leave a little space here in the middle to create a hole for this area, and then you could slightly smudge the shadow if you want. So this is Teacher Jeng. That will be our art class for the week. So if you have more questions, please do send me a message on the social platform that you use for your communication for our art class. Or if you want to send me an email, you could also send me an email. Detailed drawing of this one will be on paper. I will send it to the students one by one. So if you're enrolled with our art class, you'll be receiving detailed lessons about this to create a shade on how to do it part by part. And then for those who are not enrolled, you could technically use this one because we will post this on YouTube, and then you could still learn a little bit from us here at Studio and Delino and World of Arts. So this is Teacher Zheng. I hope you learned something from us today for a simple and short lesson. We will see you by next week, and we will post a new art subject to do. May everyone have a wonderful day. Up until then, God bless.